This is gonna be a quick video. Um, just want to share a thought. I think it's profound. Um, the power of belief. Uh, Anything that you want to change in yourself for the better, you can if you believe it. If you can, like Napoleon Hill said, if you can conceive of it and you can believe it, then you can achieve it. And another guy said, Earl Nightingale, I think, said, anything you think about most of the time, that is what you find in your life. The thing you think about most, you find that in your life. Um, anyway, these are like, you know, success gurus, but um, God wants you to be successful. And anything you can think of that you want to have, I do believe that there is a correlation between your ability to think of something and to imagine yourself having that and the reality of actually having it. So for me, something I'm thinking about is healing my teeth, and there's so many things that you can do to to attempt to so many methods of healing your teeth. You can take some trisodium phosphate and some baking soda and a little bit of water and gargle it twice a day for 3 minutes. You can do oil pulling where you take a few tablespoons of coconut oil or some such thing and just move it around in your mouth for 20 minutes. And it's going to help you with your cavities. You can pray. You can do, well, I'm sure there's a myriad of other things you can do. You can make your own toothpaste. You can set an intention. You can visualize. Um, but I think that as one person that I've listened to says, it's not about the how, it's about seeing it. You have to see yourself with it. And I am now engaging and believe in seeing myself with, a full set of teeth, top and bottom, in perfect condition, um, and a comfortable bite and a beautiful smile. That I'm envisioning that for myself. And I think a lot of people would say, and I can't prove it to you because I don't have that yet. But a lot of people I know will say, "How did you get that?" If I were to have a great miracle happen to me, and if I were to be able to if I was able to heal my teeth, people would certainly ask me how that happened. And I'm sure there will be a process. I don't think it's going to happen overnight. Um, I think I'll find, methodologies, and I'll have more and more faith. Faith is seeing something that isn't there now. It is there in your imagination, which is a world unto itself. Your imagination is a world unto itself. You're pulling something from the realm of your imagination into your life when you imagine something. Think about how often you imagine yourself having the things that you want, the things that you feel are going to make you happy. How often, how much time do you take to think of those things and to feel the feeling associated with having it? It's actually very rare, I believe. I know for myself it's very rare, and I assume the same is for other. It goes for most people. So practicing faith, having, cultivating faith in yourself, I think is a really big thing. But yeah, it's not about the method, and I think that there will be, like I said, things that happen that will get me to that point, and I don't know how I will get to that point. You know, if you were to ask me, Theo, you have terrible teeth now, and you think your teeth, you're going to go from an underbite to an overbite, a slight overbite, not a full overbite, which would be not good. And you think that you're going to what, regrow your teeth? You have like five teeth that are missing, and you're going to regrow them, or maybe, well, let's see, one tooth is missing, another tooth is missing, and like three teeth are, yeah, three teeth are like half there. So, oh, another tooth has a crown on it, so it's not my full tooth. So there's like six teeth that need to be completely regrown or healed in a miraculous way or grown back where they are. Either the old tooth needs to be pushed out and fall out, and a new tooth is formed and grows in its place, or the tooth that's there needs to heal. And if you were to ask me, how do you think you can get to that point? And I would say, I have no flipping clue. But I can tell you this, sometimes I can see it. I can see myself with a great smile, and I can see myself having no, yeah, worry about my smile and feeling good about my teeth. And I really feel like the fact that I can see that means that I'm pulling that to me. And, people will think I'm crazy, but I really feel that. And I think what stops me is my lack of belief in that, is the rarity with which I imagine that uh, that whatever it is, the future reality for myself. How infrequently I actually imagine that happening for me correlates to the speed with which it will come. It's the power of the belief, I think. So anyway, um, all of that is just really preamble to what I want to say, which is this: how do I get there? And I'm using this example of my teeth, but you can use any example, like overcoming one of your addictions, um, finding a place where you can actually um, feel some of your emotions, a you know finding a place where you can get out your anger, you can get out your, you can talk to God about your self punishment that you do to yourself, your judgment of others, your judgment of yourself, um, cultivating a desire to deepen your relationship with God, with our Creator, with our parent. You know, I'm using the example of my teeth, but there's so many things that you can think of for yourself that would be good. Um, but yeah, I don't know how I'll get there, but I can imagine this happening over here and this happening over here and adopting this, good practice in my life over here because I feel that I'm getting somewhere, and so I want to facilitate my recovery. I want to facilitate, you know, dealing with the problem of my teeth. And ultimately it will have to do with my emotions, because the root cause of all your illness and injury in your body is uh, negative emotions in your soul. But how I will get to that point where I feel that, I don't know how it's going to happen. But like, if you think about events in your life, you know, if you think about think about the most amazing time in your life where this happened, and then this happened, and then that happened, and it was uncanny, it was unfathomable at the time that that particular that particular string of events could happen that allowed something to happen for you. The thing that you know, the thing that you wanted came to you. You got the thing you wanted, the experience you wanted. I don't know if you were playing a sports game, or you were enjoying time with friends, or you received God's love, but things happen in your life to provide, you know, a situation for you that ended up in your total happiness, even for a brief moment. Amazing things happened. Now, that it's like an intricate um, quilt. Like, it's all these parts. Like, I think of time as and events and people and instances as like this stitched together quilt, you know, and it's the quilt of your life or whatever. It's constantly being stitched together, you might say. I'm sure there's a better analogy, but you know, I would also compare it to a wound. Let's say you have a wound, okay? Let's say you have a rather deep cut on your arm, and over time you watch as the cut heals. And what's happening is that the little pieces are stitching together. The molecules, the mitochondria of your cells are, you know, being grown, or cells are splitting and creating new cells and new parts, and blood flow is going there, and um, all these things are happening internally to make the cut sealed, and then regenerate the flesh and the tissue and the sinews, and the top layer of the skin to the layer below the top layer, and the layer below that, and the layer below that. It's all being stitched together. And I think of time and our movement through it, through time and space, as the same kind of thing. You know, I'm going to stumble upon a book, and then I'm going to find this, um, you know, some inspiring moment, and I'm going to have a moment with God, and then this is going to happen, and then that's going to happen, and I'm going to find a place where I can deal with some of my underlying emotions, and all these things are going to happen together, and suddenly like new awarenesses come into my life, and I start seeing some uh, minor improvements. You know, that's usually what happens. You have an internal improvement of your state of well-being and truth, reception, and um, understanding, and then and you feel this upliftment, and then there's like the resultant um, external circumstances that like are enzymes to that internal upliftment feeling. And of course, it's the same with the opposite. If you felt very low, you know, your surroundings would reflect that. But yeah, like events would be stitched together in my life, and then suddenly one day I would wake up and I'd have good teeth, and it would be an extraordinary journey that maybe few people could understand, but the people that understood what you were saying really understood it. And yeah, I think that's it's just a beautiful thing in life. Like I don't know. To me, like this stuff is profound. Like I want to share it. I want to talk about it. Dang it! I really thought this. How does what I think is going to be a 3 minute video turn into 13 minutes? But I had to kind of like give you the pretext. I had to explain it. So there you go. One day someone's going to make a 3 minute video that's so much better than this, and they're gonna they're gonna get right to the point, and it's gonna make a lot of sense. Anyway, there you are, and yeah, I don't know if I'll get there. I don't know if I'll get the perfect teeth that I want, but there's been instances that happen in the way that I told you, you know, that it happened in this video, and yeah, that's gonna keep on happening, and that's how it works. I really feel like that's how it works. Events, like you have to look at events and things that happen to you, and you have to cherish it. You have to cherish these events. You know, they're beautiful ornaments on your life, and even the difficult events. At some point, you're gonna appreciate the difficult times. You're gonna know why they happened, and you're gonna see it as part of God's cosmic, you know, law system that's beautiful and supremely intelligent and perfect, and you're going to be amazed. Yes, you will. You're going to see things that happen to you, and that you at that you in past times believed were, you know, the worst things that could happen to you. And how could God, you know, exist or be so evil? and then and then you're going to be so surprised at some point in your future that that actually happened, that you actually thought that way, and you won't even be able to connect with those kinds of feelings anymore because you won't have them anymore. They will be gone from you. So that's what you can look forward to. All right, I'll end it there. Farewell.